Module 3.6, Stative verbs. Stative verbs are very particular to Xhosa and very useful to know for everyday questions and answers. So a stative verb is a whole range of particular verbs that actually means becoming when you use it in the normal form that has that a at the end. So I'm going to give an example. The verb lamba means I am becoming hungry. But once you've become hungry and you're now actually hungry, the word changes to the stative form of that verb. And what happens is that a turns to an ile. So here we have lambile, which actually means I am hungry. In a future module, we will be doing the past tense, and it's actually using a past tense form. And what you're saying is, I have become hungry, but you're actually describing a state that you have in the present. To make it easier, we're going to go through the common stative verbs that you will come across. So here is a whole list of them, and we're going to play a little with them in terms of questions and answers that you might give to describe these different states. As you can see, the verbs on the left is all the verbs that has that a at the end, and for these particular verbs it actually means becoming. So we've already spoken about lamba and lambile. Now if you ask somebody whether they are hungry, your sentence constructions is actually the same as if you would say you are hungry or are you hungry is written the same. So for example, you are hungry would be ulambile. And if you want to make it into a question, it's easy to put a na at the end. So you would say ulambile na, which will then say you are hungry, yes, or you are hungry, ne, as we would in Afrikaans. So we're going to look a bit at that sentence structure and play with these different words. So the second word in our example here is chata, which means getting married. So if you are married, that's chatile. So you might ask somebody, uchatile na? And they might say, ewe, ndi chatile. We'll cover the negative in a different session. If you ask somebody if they are well, you might say upila or upilile, and you can say pila means getting better or becoming well. And so we've already come across ndipilile, which means I am well or I'm in a state of being well. The word lunga means becoming right, where lungile is being in a state of being right. So for example, we often use it with the indefinite ku, kulungile, which means it is right or it is fine or all is good. The next two words both means finishing, reba or pela, or finished once the ile is ended. So qabile or pelile. We use qabile when we are finishing a task ourselves. So for example, if you're finishing something that you're doing or if you're finished at work, you might say ndi qabile. But if something is finished, for example, the paper and the printer is finished, it would be ipelile, the second one of those two choices. Cheba means getting fat or getting rich. It's often used as a metaphor for being wealthy. So when you are already fat or you are already rich, it would be ndityebile, which actually can be used also as a compliment to somebody. If somebody is getting thinner or losing weight, that would be bitya. And if they have already thin or they have become thin, we have ndipityile. When I ask patients whether they have lost weight, I would often say, upityile na, have you become thin? There are a few exceptions to that format of ile, and that is words ending on wa, and there's two commonly used ones that's worthwhile looking at. The first one is nganwa, which means thirsty, and again with the a at the end, that means still becoming thirsty. So when you want to ask somebody if they are thirsty, you would use qaniwe, uqaniwe na, and the answer would be ewe, ndi qaniwe, I am thirsty. Getting tired or becoming tired is dinwa. So if you want to say I am tired, ndidiniwe. And if you want to ask somebody if they are tired, Udiniwe na. It is worthwhile becoming familiar with these, and you will come across more of them as the lessons go past.